Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. Thanks for joining in to participate in Round 4 of the Holy Waifu Wars. That's right, you the viewers decide the winners in this brutal yet passionate competition. It's totally easy. Just click the link in the description, or right here in the top right of the video, to visit a special post on my Patreon, where you can submit your votes. The waifu here have all been randomly selected and paired off into battles. Without further ado, here are the winners from Round 3. In Fight 1, Senjougahara from Monogatari beat out Yudachi from Kantai Collection. In Fight 2, Altera from Fate Extra beat out Rukia from Bleach. In Fight 3, Shinobu from Monogatari beat out Rory Mercury from Gate. In Fight 4, Tamamo no Mae from Fate Extra beat out Maki from Love Live. In Fight 5, Kotomi from Clannad beat out Kirika from C-Cubed. In Fight 6, Makoto from Persona 5 beat out Michiru Hyodo from How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. In Fight 7, Artoria from Fate beat out Kaede Takagaki from The Idolmaster. In Fight 8, Jibril from No Game No Life beat out Judith from Tales of Vesperia. In Fight 9, Albedo from Overlord beat out Ranko Kanzaki from The Idolmaster. And in Fight 10, Mizore from Rosario and Vampire beat out Chie Satonaka from Persona 4. I never expected that. The winners of their respective bouts will each rise up in tier, while the losing waifu remain as far as they've progressed. All tiers will have fights in future rounds of the war. Check the comments below for the current waifu rankings. With that out of the way, let's begin Round 4, which will introduce us to 14 new waifu, chosen at random from your nominations. Fight 1 kicks off with Silesia Yupitira from the anime Recreators. She's a fictional character, literally within the anime. She's the heroine of Elemental Symphony Vogel Cavalier. In Recreators, she winds up leaving her fictional world and finds herself in Japan alongside others from her fictional world. She's a gorgeous mecha pilot and skilled sword fighter. Oh, and bonus points for the cleavage cutout. She's up against Ciel from Tsukihime. She's had a long history, possessed by a reincarnating vampire, tortured for experimentation, yet now she finds herself hunting down vampires for the church as part of the burial agency. She's a caring senpai at school, but a deadly executioner by night. Strangely enough, her glasses really are just for show, and she'll take them off if you ask her nicely. Our next fight introduces us to Garnet McLean from the anime Dragonaut: The Resonance. In her world, Earth awaits impending doom via an asteroid, as well as the appearance of dragon-like creatures. She's a major in the Gyard military, who strives to understand resonance, people's compatibility factor with dragons. And I'd be lying if I didn't mention one of her major traits is her cataclysmically large breasts. On top of that, she's deadly with a katana. Her opponent is the obligatory Kohai, Mashu Kyrielite, from Fate Grand Order. At first, she's a humble, bespectacled resident of Chaldea, mankind's last bastion of hope, before getting mortally injured, and allows a heroic spirit to possess her. She becomes a demi-servant of the Shielder class, and her strong will and noble phantasm help protect those dear to her. She's often soft-spoken, but is highly cooperative and charming. Also, what a great outfit. You can count on her to always bring protection. It's time for some glorious game girls, starting with the energetic Nana Kozuki from God Eater 2. She joins Friar as a God Eater and is accepted into the exclusive Blood Unit after her potential is discovered. She smacks the shit out of Aragami with a massive hammer, all while dressed in the most stunningly skimpy outfit in the series. She's adorably bubbly and absolutely loves Odin sandwiches, a treasured takeaway from her late mother. But can she beat a beloved icon, Tharia from Fire Emblem Awakening? She's a dark mage with one of the most seductive designs in anime. Though she hardly realizes it herself, she's bisexual, with a love for the protagonist regardless of sex that is definitely obsessive. As a dark mage, she's highly proficient in hexes, curses, and even divinations. While seemingly cold and grim, she has a strong capacity to love others. It's time to dive back into the late 90s so we can reveal our next two waifu. First, there's Junsa, most commonly known as Officer Jenny from the classic Pokemon series. One might say she's cheating a bit, as Officer Jenny is not one person, but hundreds, who all seemingly look and act identical to one another. She's a determined cop, but often requires the help of other Pokemon trainers to thwart the likes of Team Rocket. That said, if you were able to charm one of them, you might have a fair chance with the others, unlocking the key to a really unique harem. On a more serious note, only slightly, we have Jessica from the legendary JRPG Lunar. She's a priestess in training, but has a fiery adventurer spirit. While often calm and collected, she can be provoked into having an intimidating temper. Regardless, she's your party's main healer, but can also lay a decent smackdown on the front lines. As the daughter of a beast man and a human mother, she has markings on her face and sharp, pointy teeth. Fight 5 keeps up the trend of iconic classics, with Cosmos from the sci-fi JRPG series Xenosaga. She's a battle android designed to fight ethereal creatures called the Gnosis. At first, she is exceptionally cold and calculating, only acting according to logic and her directives. Later on, however, she begins to demonstrate a much more maternal compassion for others, revealing that there was much more to her design and purpose. On a more modern note, we have Tuka from the military fantasy anime Gate. She's an elven beauty at the young age of 165. For elves, that's young. She winds up being the sole survivor of her dragon attack on her village, and joins Yoji with the JSDF for refuge, and to ultimately seek revenge. There's something just so damn appealing about an elf girl wearing casual clothing. Fight 6 has some ladies who both shoulder great burdens for the sake of their friends. We begin with Madoka Kaname from the thrillingly subversive magical girl anime Puella Magi Madoka Magica. After witnessing the awesomeness of Puella Magi Homura, Madoka yearns to become a magical girl herself, only to discover it's not as glamorous as she'd thought. Despite thinking she lacks any sort of talents, she actually possesses the potential to become the most powerful Puella Magi. She's a selfless girl with a pacifistic nature, willing to sacrifice herself for her friends. Another girl bearing great responsibility is the young yet prodigious Ruby Rose from the US-made anime series RWBY. Even from childhood, she dedicated herself to becoming a skilled huntress capable of fending off the grim, looking to her Uncle Crow for inspiration. She's an awkward yet sincere girl with amazing leadership potential and profound bravery. Frequently dressed in a combat skirt, Ruby dives into battle with her scythe, tearing through her foes like butter. Our 7th fight of the night takes a step back from the fantasy with another idol from the Idol Master, Iori Minase. She's extremely wealthy, flaunting her status, and is quick to criticize you in a spoiled, condescending manner. Regardless, as an idol on stage, she's very refined and polite. She's adorable, carrying around her favorite stuffed rabbit, Usa-chan. Diving into drama, we have Kosaki Onodera from the love triangle anime and manga Nisekoi. She's your classic girl next door type, having loved the main character Raku Ichijo since the two of them were children. When Raku forms a fake relationship with Chitoge Kirisaki, Onodera watches over Raku, hoping that he will one day reciprocate her love. When conducting these rematch battles, rather than picking the top 2 waifu of each category, I've decided to pick the top waifu and match them with a random waifu of the same tier. That way, characters who had a bad matchup still have a chance. Thus, our top tier 1 waifu, Rory Mercury from Gate, faces off against Kaede Takagaki from the Idol Master. Both of these lovely ladies were introduced during round 3. And from our tier 2 bracket, we have 2 of my favorite characters, Artoria Pendragon from Fate Stay Night, facing off against Alisa from God Eater. Artoria was introduced in round 3, while Alisa was introduced back in round 1. For our final fight, our only Tier 3 waifu compete for the first Tier 4 spot in the competition. Dark Magician Girl from Yu-Gi-Oh! Was introduced in round 1, while Mizore from Rosario and Vampire was introduced in round 2. To help out for those waifu who got an unfair first pairing, and you think deserve a second chance, definitely give them some love in the comments below, and you might find them in a rematch much sooner. Those are our competitors, folks, and now it's time to vote. Again, click the card in the top right, or the link in the description below to hop on over to a special Patreon poll, where you can decide the winners. This poll will be up for the next week, but get your votes in early. While you're there, please consider becoming a patron of the channel, so it can be financially sustainable and even more prolific. With YouTube cracking down on advertiser-friendly content, this has become more important than ever. Also, don't forget to subscribe to OtakuDaiKun for more anime lists, reviews, discussions, lore videos, let's plays, and more Holy Waifu Wars. Until next time, celebrate your fandom.